Hey everybody, I don't normally like to do price predictions or things like technical analysis, chart analysis. I don't normally like to do those things and I don't normally like to give those recommendations out, but a lot of people ask and I do use charts and I do use whatever relevant information I can gather to make my own predictions and navigate my investments that way. So there's a lot of demand for people wanting price analysis videos, but I don't really like to go that route. So what I decided to do was make this content for Patreon subscribers. And so if you join the Patreon, then I'm going to be putting out at least 2 videos a week on Panther price predictions, where I think things are going to be going. And in general, I'm going to be using charts, the roadmap. Sometimes it's like right now, the price prediction I'm going to do right now, I think we're pretty heavily tied to what's going on with BNB right now, and I'll get into explaining why that is. But so the way this is going to work is I'm going to do one video. I'm going to do a price prediction video right now, to give you guys an idea of how these are going to work, and hopefully they should get better and better considering this is the first one. They should improve every time too. So and I'm also going to use, like, another thing that I like to use in my analysis is just general market sentiment. So that's why we have all these groups. We have the Telegram group, we have the Reddit, and I'm active in all those. I'm moderating them. I made my own Telegram. And what I like to do is I like to have polls. I like to ask questions to the community, and I like to gauge how you guys are feeling, because I'm just one investor. If you want to have an actual idea of how the market is operating, you need to gather as much information as possible. So for this video, this one is going to be put on YouTube. It's kind of going to be like an advertisement for the Patreon, but the content is going to be solid and you're going to be able to use this if you need to. But my advice, before I get into the price analysis, my advice is you have to do this yourself. You can listen to me and you can use me as a resource. But like I said, I'm trying to gather as many resources as possible. So I'm trying to use you guys. If you guys comment in the video, you guys subscribe to the Patreon, you guys message me, I'm using all that information. And so when you guys listen to me make these videos, you got to get other information too and compare it with what I'm saying, because I don't know everything and other people are good, are smart, you know what I'm saying? So figure out your own method, and hopefully my opinion can be a small percentage of a resource that you use. I don't want to be your only resource, but hopefully I can be one of your resources, and you guys are my resources as well. So let's get into the analysis. The first thing I want to say before we get started is, one reason why I don't really get into analysis is because nobody can tell the future. So everything I'm about to tell you guys is just my opinion, what I think might happen based on information that I gather. So if you get somebody up here doing price analysis, price predictions, chart analysis, technical analysis, and they act like, oh, they know exactly what's going to happen because right here there's a double cup forming, and oh, there's a golden cross right here, and this means the price is going to do this. They don't really know. Nobody can tell the future, right? Unless they have insider knowledge and they're like part of the Panther team, so they know they're going to make a big announcement tomorrow. You really don't know. And the other thing is, a lot of times announcements, burns, emissions, new tokens, that's not always going to have the effect you think it's going to have. So let's say there's some really good news and Panther is now on, we're already on CoinMarketCap, but let's say we get on Binance or something. That'd be gigantic, right? You would think that the price would go up, and I would probably say the price will go up because our coin is now going to be shown to so many more people, and if Binance puts it on their market, then that gives us a little more credibility. So the price you would think would go up. But I've been in crypto since 2016, and it doesn't always work like that, guys. So there's a phrase called buy the rumor, sell the news. That's kind of that insider knowledge type stuff. So what that means is once the news is already broke, once they made the announcement, guys, we're going to be on Binance, it's factored into the price at that point. Everybody who's investing, it's already factored in. So once it gets on Binance, everybody already knew it was going to be there because they had that announcement. You see what I'm saying? So it's not always going to work the way you think it's going to work. And hopefully these videos can help you guys out. And yeah, so let's get into these graphs. For this week's technical analysis, because of what we've been seeing with the congestion on BSC, and we're starting to see, we almost got a little bit more congestion, like when they had the Autoshark IPO, things got a lot of traffic, and some people were having high fees, but in my experience, it only lasted like 20 minutes tops. And I've been doing transfers today, and the fees are back down. What we've also been seeing is the price of BNB. The whole crypto market has been tanking, right? And people can say that's because of Elon Musk. They can say whatever, but the truth of the matter is cryptocurrency has been rising rapidly for the last month or two. You can see this chart right here. It's a freaking exponential growth. And this is just BNB, but BNB did very well this bull market. So if you look at the BNB's graph, it's going to be a little more crazier than some other graphs, but everything did well. I mean, Bitcoin's up, Ethereum went crazy, obviously, but BNB went really, really crazy. And now you can see it's coming back down. So if we shorten up this graph, it's a little bit too short. Here was our rise. It steadied out for a while. We enjoyed some nice gains around 600. I think it might have, did it never touch 700? I thought it might have touched 700. But we've lost about half our value in the past couple of days, and nobody enjoys that. But we're already back coming up somewhat. We're somewhat back on the rise, and, nothing really changed. Elon Musk did what he did. I don't know how much I contribute that to it. The market goes down, the market goes up. When you have these massive rises like this, it's going to come down a little bit. It's going to stabilize. It's going to find its new price. And then another thing you want to do is like look outside the window. Look at the world. What else is happening? Because it's not the crypto market, but it's all connected. People, investors, they want to find the next place to put their money. So if crypto's going up, 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 they might try to find somewhere else to put their money for a little while because it might not be a good time to buy. Or they might do the opposite. What I'm trying to say is, yes, crypto fell quite a bit, and Panther did very well. Check it out. Panther also had its dip. This is Panther swap chart right here. This is 24-hour chart, so let me go to like 14 days. We also had a dip, but it doesn't even match up with the BNB dip. So that's really cool. What's really cool, and I'm kind of going to contradict myself here, is what's cool is Panther is almost already separated from BNB and the rest of the crypto market. Now, I think the reason we saw that, because we saw Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, they went down like half its value. And Pancake went down like 3/4 of its value. I saw it go from like 40 to 14. Now, there were some extra things that happened to Cake yesterday. I'm going to make a different video on that, but with the flash loans and everything. So that's kind of a whole separate thing, but I'm not even talking about that. Before that happened, everything tanked, right? But Panther actually did better in comparison to everything else. And we can talk about why that is. My personal opinion is because the development team, we had the IPO come out right around the time everything else crashed. And we have a growing community, a rapidly growing community. And I think those two things kind of protected us a little bit from the dip. Now, we did feel a dip, but it wasn't as bad as all the other crypto. And if you would have put your money in Panther, you would be doing better than everyone else. And you can see that although we had a dip, we're pretty much stable. Like, look at this. And when it comes to a farming token, something like Panther Swap, this stability right here, this is exactly what we're looking for. We want that stability. Obviously, everybody wants the price to go up. Who doesn't want the price to go up? But if you're farming and you're pooling, which is the point of Panther, besides swapping, you want this stability right here. You want to wake up every day to stable farming gains. Of course, we want the price to go up too, but that's in a perfect world. So since this is the first video, I wanted to show you guys some resources. It's a little bit weird right now because with Panther, they just transferred to the AMM. We had a migration from Cake LP to Panther LP. So a lot of the charts aren't updating the prices quite right. So the charts that we can use for analysis right now it's a little bit less. So we have a couple options. We have the Panther website. And this one doesn't show you too much. This graph is not like super in depth or anything, but it'll give you a basic idea, I guess. I don't really use this one all that much. What's more useful is down here on the Panther Swap website. If you go to the transactions, you can see what people are doing. So 4 minutes ago, somebody added BUSD and Panther. Let me refresh this and see, because it should be updating on its own, but let me just make sure for you guys. If the last one is still 4 minutes, so we know. Okay, so it wasn't updating, so you might have to refresh the page every once in a while. 29 seconds ago, we had transfer. Swap BUSD for Panther. That's what we want to see. People are exchanging their BUSD for Panther. Add BUSD for Panther. Swap Panther for WBNB. So that's kind of like a sale, right? They're selling Panther for WBNB. But we really don't know what they're doing. I mean, you could go on their account. They might be making an LP pair. You know, they might be trying to make a Panther BNB pair. We don't know exactly what they're doing, but we do know when people are swapping for Panther, that's going to be good for Panther. And even when people are swapping out of Panther, they're still using Panther, which is good for us because every time that transaction fee goes through, we're going to get liquidity added to the pool and et cetera, et cetera. But we also don't know exactly why they're swapping out of Panther. They might be, like I said, they might be creating LP pairs or something. So this is a useful resource right here. What's very useful, but unfortunately right now it's not as useful because I don't think PooCoin is updating their prices like they should be, and I think that's why it's not on this list anymore. It was over here on this list, but so if you go PooCoin and you just do Panther Swap's contract address, this one I wouldn't recommend right now, but eventually they will be back up. Like you see right here, it says 144, but the actual price is like 142, I think. This chart is really good. It's better than the Panther Swap chart because you can see the candles, and that's going to give you the entry and exit data in a cleaner way. I like that a lot better. In most cases, you can switch between in the graph how you want to see the data. I like the candles, but what I really like is this right here. This is the order book. This is what I love to watch. I like the chart, but I like the order book more. You can see the red is people selling Panther, and the green is people buying Panther. Like I said, you can't use PooCoin right now, unfortunately, but when you can, I'll let you guys know. And I love to watch the order book. If you see people buying, that's what you want. If you see people selling, that's not necessarily a bad thing either, but selling is what makes the price go down. But that's a healthy market. You need buying and selling to be in a healthy market. So that's another thing I want to say is, yes, dips suck. Nobody likes dips, right? But dips strengthen the coin. That's everybody selling. So all these people selling, they weren't in it for the long term. They got scared. Who knows what the reasons are. But the fact is, they're not in the market anymore. At least not at the percentage that they were. And they were the ones who were going to sell. So they're gone now. So that means the coin is stronger going forward. And when we're talking about these farming tokens, like I said, it's that stability that we want. And what we really don't want is just to go down to zero. As long as we're not down to zero, we're still farming and we're still making money. So that's all good news. Live Coin Watch is another good one. like I said, our options are a little bit slim right now because of the AMM migration, but we should only have more and more options going forward. And the coolest thing is we're on CoinMarketCap now, but the graph on CoinMarketCap is also not great. But when you go into TradingView, that's how you get these candles. That's what you really want to see. So now let me go into what I think the price of Panther is going to do in the short term. And honestly, like I was saying earlier, it's a little bit linked up to BNB right now because BNB is going through some troubles. And if BNB, but we're on the upside of it though, so that's what I'm going to get into. If BNB the network is having trouble, Panther is going to suffer a little bit. Now, what we just saw, that was interesting, I already mentioned, but the best thing about that is Panther did not get hurt as much as other coins or the Binance, like BNB in general. So what does that mean for the price in the future? I think Panther's strong, but that's, for me, I think that's because of the updates where we've been having something to look forward to constantly, which means people are less likely to want to sell because I want to see what's coming next. So with that being said, I think BNB is going to start rising again. I think in general, I think crypto is just going to keep rising. Of course, we're going to have our ups and downs, but I think BNB in particular is going to keep going up as long as Ethereum's gas fees aren't solved. We saw Binance was able to solve their gas fees in a couple days. It got pretty crazy, and then a couple days later, they were able to do what they needed to do to bring it down. And Panther has been doing well ever since. We've been holding pretty stable around 150, up or down about 10 cents. And I would say in the coming days, I would be happy if we just held around that same price. But I think, honestly, I think we're going to go up a little bit as Autoshark releases its pools. As they release their pools and as Panther Swap keeps developing, we actually have more big news coming, which is the PATC token is probably next, which is going to be a whole new token and a whole new added functionality where other projects are going to be incentivized to come in. So that should be within a week or two. So I'm thinking the price within a week or two, we might see 175. I like to be conservative. I don't want to be like, oh, we're going to hit $5. I want to try to be accurate with this. I don't want to just say crazy things to try to make people happy. Like, oh, we're going to have $5. Everyone's going to be rich. You never know. It could happen. But I'll try to be a little more accurate with you guys. Unless, like, I don't want to just hype it up, you know? I want to actually try to do my best to be reasonable. So I'm thinking if everything goes well, if BNB keeps doing good, if Panther keeps doing well, I think we see 175, and I want to see us hold that. I want to see us hold 175. And I think if we can hold prices, then it's just it's an upward trend. If we're constantly up and down, people don't want that with a farming token. And that's not good for Panther because the up and downs, that's more for day trading. If you're in a coin that has lots of ups and downs, then you might be buying and selling all the time trying to hit the highs and lows, and that's how you're making your money. But when it comes to farming and swap tokens, especially with Panther with the fees, nobody's swing trading or day trading Panther. So what we really want to see, price stability and a slow increase, especially as APRs start to go down. So all in all, I think honestly, I think we're going to hold this price. I think we'll see 175. And I hope that once we reach the next tier, which for me is like 175-ish, I hope we hold that. I hope we do. And I think that'll keep it stronger. Of course, everybody wants to see it go to 250, but I think for the health of this project, it's better that we see a slow rise with stability attached to it. So that would be my price prediction. Like I said, I want to make at least 2 of these videos a week, pulling in as many resources as I can to gauge, to make my predictions. And again, it is just a prediction. I'm not a fortune teller. You know what I mean? So I can only use the knowledge that's available to me to guide my process. So if you guys want to see more price predictions, please join my Patreon. It's only going to be $5 a month. I'm going to try to make at least 2 videos a week. And I also want to start thinking about like written price analysis. So, because when you do the video, you might forget things, and you might, you know, it makes you nervous to record videos and stuff. So I also kind of want to do something similar to like a, not really a newsletter, but just like a write-up of where I see Panther going. And if there's interest in the Patreon, I see people joining, then not only will you get the 2 videos a week for $5, then I will absolutely start doing write-ups as well to get a more comprehensive idea going behind Panther. Other than that, there's one more announcement. I got some merch going. I've been doing art for a long time, and I just recently, like a couple years ago, started to get more serious about art. I've been drawing my whole life, sketching and stuff. Like, instead of listening to math, I'll be drawing in my book or whatever in school. But I recently started to really push my art skills, and I'm going to be using those skills to create original designs for Panther and put them on a merch website. So right now we actually have one design already. I just took the regular, like when you see the Panther swap with the 2 tokens under them, I cleaned up that image. It had a bad resolution and it had some artifacts in it. I cleaned that up, and then I added like some sweet laser eyes to it to make it super hype. And you could get that right now. T-shirts, sweaters, mugs, stickers. I like the sticker. I'm going to get one myself. I'll be wearing it during the streams so I can show it off to you guys. And that's pretty much the updates I have for you guys. I'm looking forward to doing these price analysis videos. Hopefully you guys can give me your feedback on this one, since this one is going to be available to everybody. I would love to get everyone's feedback so that I can improve going forward, because that's what it's all about. I want to improve the product for you guys. I want to give you guys the best thing I can give you. And yeah, so please join the Patreon. I want to make at least 2 of these a week. And if there's support for it, then I'm going to actually do even more, like I said. So, and I'm not going to raise the price. When I add more things, that's just going to be because you guys are joining and showing love, and I see that there's support there. So thank you guys for everything that you've done. I'm going to come out with another couple videos today. One of the Panthers in the community made a really good Excel spreadsheet that'll help you out with, I think, the Autoshark, like how much you're getting back, your reward structure, where you can input in what you got and how much you can expect to get back, because I know a lot of people are saying that the APR is off. I'm not sure that it's even off. I think people are making the wrong comparisons. Regardless, there's going to be a couple more videos coming out. I wanted to make this one to kind of tell you guys about the Patreon, and I want to say thank you again, guys, for everything. The live stream that we did was awesome. Thank you so much for coming by. We're still doing the giveaway. We're just waiting for Autoshark to release their pools and their referral system, which I'm going to make a video on that too, because they did tell us it was going to be out within a couple hours, and clearly it's like a day and a half later, and they still don't really even have an answer for us. So as soon as those referrals are out, you guys, I am going to run the giveaway, but it's not even an option right now because they haven't released it. So those are the updates. Thank you guys. Join the Patreon if you're interested in this kind of content. And thank you so much, you guys.